Hey guys, my name is Arme. In this video I'm going to be breaking down how my agency scaled a new creator who was making like 2-3K a month to $40,000 a month just in May, and it's also only the 25th. So I hope that she's going to be up around 50-60K mark. But currently, as you can just see on the screenshot, we scaled from 2-3K a month to May almost $40,000. So let's get right into it. So how did we find the model? It was through OnlyFans outreach. Almost everyone is only talking about IG outreach, but the thing is, almost all of the messages are going to the request folder, but with OF, they're going to 100% land in front of the model's eyes if you know which ones to message. So as you can see, we sent out a factor of outreach messages. The total data was we sent out 151 messages. We spent around $1.5 thousand just on the OnlyFans subscriptions. Out of that, we were able to take 7 calls. We closed 5 of those. And in the agency, the model that we scaled is only one. We kept only one of them. And we gave 5 models away to consulting clients. So let's just break down how we did this. First of all, what I would recommend if you are doing OnlyFans outreach is that the profile should be a female profile. It can be your sister, your mother, your girlfriend, or anything. You're just going to get a way higher conversion rate because girls trust girls. Second is make sure to give as much value as possible. They're not going to sign with you if you just say that you're #1 agency in the world. That's not real value. Value is giving them exact step-by-step tips and tricks on what they can use to make sure that you are proving your worthiness. After that, what I would recommend is taking Loom videos. For the Loom videos, I can give you a step-by-step instruction and an SOP on how you can do the exact same thing like we did. In order to get it, make sure to follow my IG, which you can see right here, and make sure to message me script, and I'm going to send it to you how you can replicate the same thing. And also another huge thing, make sure to send voice notes, because if you're just sending them like a basic message, then they're going to feel like it's just an automated outreach bot or something. But if you're sending them a voice note, first of all, it's going to feel more genuine. They're going to feel more obligated to reply. And lastly, they have to check out the whole message. They have to listen until the end. They cannot just check it in the preview. So they will have to check out the message itself. So that is how we were able to get the model that we scaled. For the onboarding, we just made a Telegram group. Inside the Telegram group, you can have like multiple smaller channels like Instagram Reels, general invoices, fans day, so on and so on. Just a small tip, whenever you are doing this kind of setup, into the general group, make sure to put in wins. It can be like a lot of IG views, or maybe you were successfully able to launch new ads, or you are setting up the Reddit accounts, or you are making like a record day, or any kind of wins, which is going to make the model feel better in general with this collaboration. Next is you're able to automate the onboarding part, for example, the Google Sheet, making the Google Drive, sending out emails, adding the team to the Google Drive folder via Zapier. We automated this whole thing with Zapier, and we also sent our Google Sheet or Google form to the model. It should be asking for the real details of the model, such as like phone number, email address, all this bullshit. The persona, like what kind of persona she has on OF, and obviously the login credentials for her IG account, her OF account, Fansly account, or anything that she already has. So once we did this whole onboarding, we started the phase 2, which is going to be fixing the setup that she currently had at this moment. First of all, it was fixing her OnlyFans. The first thing is about the rebuild. So many agencies leave this out. Rebuild can be a huge tool, because it's just going to make sure that the guys are going to be subscribed for many months. And if they just keep on the rebuild, let's just say for $15 or $20, although that's not a lot of money, but if you add it up to like 1,000 guys, it's just going to add up so much. So we launched a rebuild campaign. We obviously fixed the discount because she had like a $15 or $20 total price, so we discounted to $5. And also for all the guys who are not renewed, we just run a free resub campaign also, which is going to renew every single day. For the bio, she just had like a really generic bio with the copyright and like all this shit. So how we have all of our bio set up is it starts out with a hook, just going to make the guys open up the bio. After, it's going to be some gamification, which is going to make them interested in subscribing. And lastly, a call to action, asking them to subscribe. After that, we had to fix the profile picture and banner. So many people just like leave it as it is. They just put like a random picture and call it a day. But we had to find her best assets. And based on those, we guided her on how to make the profile picture and banner. Because if you really think about it, you push through all of the traffic, the hard part. So make sure that the easy part is as good as possible. The easy part is making sure that the OF profile looks as good as possible. Because in so many cases, if the profile looks shit, you're just going to have such a bad conversion rate. Also, these two last things are also huge with normal models and also with agencies. Make sure to post every single day, also on the feed and also with the stories. Because if you really think about it, many of these guys are subscribed to 15, 20, 50, 100 creators. You have to make sure that you or your model is constantly in front of the subscribers' eyes. How you can do this on the platform itself is to make sure that you're posting every day on the wall and also on the stories. This is just going to increase the chances of the guy messaging you again. And through that, you're just going to increase the LTV, on like how much money you make per subscriber. Next is going to be fixing the chatting. Obviously, there was no girlfriend experience. It was just like a simply like transactional based chatting. There were like no mass online messages or like no mass messages in general. There were no proper script content. They just shot whatever they think would sell and call it a day. But if the content that you are selling is shit, then how can you expect to make a lot of money, right? And also they were underpricing everything. So like $5, $20, $30 for like a full-on sex tape, which is fucking bullshit, right? And about fixing her Instagram, there was no branding. She was just copying a couple other IG influencers and that's it. There was like no proper persona behind it. She wasn't posting consistently, like 1, 2, 3 reels a week and that's it. So obviously she wasn't getting the best results. There was no stories. What she heard from like Telegram groups and like on YouTube videos is that, yeah, just make sure to post reels and that's it. But they're not talking about actually converting the viewers to subs, which is going to be through the stories. And also she wasn't responding to comments, which is again a really common thing inside agencies as well, because those guys are already interested in the model, but they might not be interested enough to subscribe. But with commenting, you first of all building the relationship with the person who commented, and also you are making other people comment because why are they commenting? Is because of attention or because of her attention. And if she is giving them attention because of commenting, they are going to be commenting more. If they are commenting more, they are going to be pushing your videos more, which is going to increase the chances of you going viral. So just by responding to the comments, you are more likely to become viral. Easy. The next part is going to be the content setup, which is just going to be like a smaller training. And for this, let's go to the whiteboard. So because she was a fairly new model, we had to give her some proper training on how to make the best content possible. And this is also really useful for agency owners. If you're going to break down what content is, just going to be everything that the viewer is going to see. It's going to be obviously the background, what kind of background she has. For example, if she's at the beach or if she's at a jail, although everything else is going to stay the same, only the background is make a big difference. Also going to be obviously the text, but everyone knows that. Next is going to be the face. If she is fucking ugly, then you are not going to get subscribers. If she looks really pretty, then you are going to get subscribers. But the funny thing is, nobody is focused on making the girl look as good as possible. So what we did with the model, in order to make her look as good as possible, is use Facetune. Obviously, you can just go on App Store and use that application. And also ask her to use makeup for every single content that she's doing. This should sound super basic, But the funny thing is, so many models are not doing it. They just wake up, shoot the videos, call it a day. Next is going to be the assets that you can see right here, for which you have to make sure that they look as good as possible. The easiest way to do it is just use CapCut. I also made one video about it a couple of days ago. And through that, you are able to make both of these assets way, way bigger. Easy. Next is going to be the lights. That is why I put here a little bit of sun. Again, many people are not focused on that, but just by lighting alone, making sure that you have good lights and a good setup, you can make shit content look way, way better. So what are the methods to make sure that the lights are as good as possible? First of all, the best is always going to be natural light, which is going to come from the sun. Next, the most common one is going to be the ring light. This is the cheapest, easiest way to do it, but the problem is it's going to look kind of shit. So what I would recommend is the 2-lamp method. For this, you basically need 2 softboxes. Make sure that to adjust them correctly, and this is the way on how you can get the best lights possible. Next is going to be the RGB lights, which is going to add some more depth to the content and also make sure that it looks kind of like sensual or sexual. And obviously the last is going to be the warmness. Make sure that the content looks warm and not like super cold. Next one, which is like a super easy way to increase the conversions that you're going to get, is just adding a couple of props. It can be a white monster, it can be adding a vape, or she can be drinking beer or anything. Just use your imagination. Just adding a prop can make a huge, huge, huge difference. And lastly, again, many people not focus on this, but using the appropriate clothing, which can be like a funny t-shirt, which can be costumes, which can be something sexy, something niche. So for example, like a Formula 1 t-shirt, like adding some glasses to make her look like a sexy secretary or anything like that. This is what content is, apart from like hook, retain, reward, all of that shit. Focus on this and you're just going to get way, way, way better content and more money. Okay guys, so now we are back at the middle board. Let's just break down phase 4, which is going to be the marketing setup. So in the beginning, let me just discuss this. We used Android devices, just like what I've shown in this video. So if you haven't checked it out already, make sure to do it right now. And this is basically what we did for this creator. First of all, another important thing that you have to understand is what like snowballing an IG is going to do. Because if you just depend on fully organic, so like no paid ads, no external traffic, no nothing on IG, it's going to take you some time until you start getting results. So what we did is, we started out with 2 safe for work Reddit accounts. The tutorial for here is right here. I also made a video about it like 2 months ago. We also started testing out some Snapchat and also 2 TikTok accounts that we were, for all of these, so the 2 safe for work account, 1 Snapchat and 2 TikTok accounts, we were pushing it to the main IG account. So this account got kind of big. Also, apart from this, we were running 2 like organic accounts and 3 AI accounts. Organic basically means that we were just using the model's real content, and also for here we were using her real content. For all of these IG accounts, we total spent around 3K during that 25 days-ish. Also, apart from that, we were running 2 not safe for work accounts on Reddit, and all of these were funneling it straight to OF. And also we launched our Fansly account, but unfortunately the Fansly account did not really get that much traction. We made like 1K, 2K maximum. So how many posts did we do? For the safe for work account, we were doing per account, all of these are per account basis, 3 to 5 posts a day. For the not safe for work after the warm-up, 15 to 20 posts a day. For Snapchat, we were doing 6 spotlights a day. TikTok, 3 TikToks a day. For IG, we are doing 2 reels a day and 1 carousel a day. This is really important because nowadays carousels are getting a lot more views than just like regular reels, because with reels there is so much competition, but carousels, very few agencies are doing it. And on top of it, we are doing 2 to 5 stories a day. Make sure to don't miss out on these 2, the carousels and stories, not just only doing reels. Okay. And before you ask, we are using the same reels for TikToks, Spotlights, and also for the Fansly. So just from this content alone, you're able to run all of these other social media platforms. On top of it, we are doing on OF 1 to 2 feed posts a day and 1 to 2 stories a day, just like what we discussed previously. This is the amount of content that we were asking for, and like some of it, like around half of the content was AI for the model. From this, you are able to be making 40-50K a month just from this alone. Okay, so now that we finished with the phase 4, phase 5, let's discuss the AI content and how we made it. We were using for the pictures and also the carousels Nano Banana Pro. For this, what we do is upload a bunch of pictures of the model in different outfits, showing her full body, and also in different positions her face. From this, we are pushing all of this into Nano Banana Pro, and if you're giving it a lot of reference images, just like what we did previously, you are going to get the highest quality content possible. Just from one selfie, you're not going to get one-to-one similarity, but if you're putting it a lot of content, it's going to make a really high quality one. After that, we got the picture. This is just like some random girl. We found a couple IG reels that we wanted to copy. We added it into Kling V3.0 Pro, and if you just add in a picture of the girl and also the reel that you want to copy right here, then let me just mute this. So you can make a lot of videos really easily just from this. What I forgot to mention is from the pictures, make sure that they are, for the carousels, make sure that they are 1-to-1 ratio, because those carousels you're also able to boost, what we discussed previously, running meta ads on them. Next one is phase 6, finding the winning formats. No one agency can know from the get-go which video formats are going to work the best for every single model. So at this stage, it's going to be testing. And after testing a bunch of formats, we found 3 which were working the best. First is going to be talking reels. This is the method for the talking reels is going to be downloading the sound that you found, for example, as like an idea, adding it into CapCut, and make sure to distort it a little bit with CapCut. You have to copy 1, 2, 3 influencers until the format doesn't work anymore. It's that simple. You don't have to make anything new, just copy until it doesn't work. And just make sure to, in general, for all of these accounts, we are constantly posting stories and carousels. That's going to make sure that those viewers are actually going to turn into subscribers. Easy. Also, cosplay transition. It's really simple to do with AI tools. Make sure that we added a flash for 0.1 second, which is still not like sexual or anything, but it was like kind of teasing content. That's going to make sure that the guys are keep re-watching the videos and try to catch that 0.1 second at the end. You can also add a countdown to it, which is going to again make sure that the guys watch until the end. And also stitches, just find any random videos like viral formats and just add your model like reacting to the video. A really good website for this is transitionalhooks.com. Here you can find like a bunch of these hooks. So we found out that these 3 formats were working the best. We just kept on repeating it, and it's still growing until to this day. Phase 7, which was basically the last phase, is reinvesting into paid shoutouts from some of these meme pages. We reinvested around $1,000, and it's still funneling into the main IG page. So now we are at the end of the video, and let's break down the numbers. Because everyone is only flexing that, oh yeah, we made 40K. But 40K is not 40K profit in the bank account, right? No one is going to be sharing this. So let me break it down for you, how much profit we exactly made. So as you can see, she was at around 3K per month. So what deal we had with her is, until 3K per month, she keeps everything. And on top of what we make of the 3K per month, we are going to be charging her 65%. So again, we made roughly 40K, but we are going to be making around 50, 60K until the end of this month. But let's just break down the numbers so far. Vanity model 1.5K, 4 Reddit accounts 200, meta ads around 3K, 4 mobile proxy 280, a short form poster where that person was posting on IG, Snapchat, TikTok was 300, editor 300, AI content maker 300, Reddit poster 300, OF Fansly poster was around $100, AI content generation was 350. It was a little bit more. Like generally when you break down the numbers, it's still going to be more because in some cases the content that the VA is making might not be the best. Mean page reinvestment was around 1K, chatting was around 10%. The total income for the OF account was $38,000. Our cut was $23,000. Our total cost was $11,000, and the profit was still around $11,000. Just to be super transparent with you guys. So this is the exact way on how we were able to scale this brand new model from 3K to 40K, or let's just say 50K per month. If you want to get similar results to this, and you have been in OFM for many, many years now, and you still don't know like how to exactly crack the system, then make sure to apply for a one-on-one consulting where me personally and also my team is going to help you achieve these kind of numbers or even better. You can find a link in the description where you can schedule a one-on-one call with me for totally free. I'm going to check out personally your current agency setup, figure out your bottlenecks, and discuss how we can work together. See you in the next one.